and gentlemen, we are back with, I believe it'll be our last Monday episode for a while, with another episode of the Piledriver Podcast. I am the best in the world, Mike. Next to me is V-Rad. Vince is back. And down low is the big dog. We are talking WrestleMania tonight, boys.
Yeah, man. 2 action-packed nights in the books. I can't wait to break it down and talk with you guys. I want to hear what you guys thought.
I mean, first off, night one was I don't know. I thought night one was spectacular, but night 2 was way better, obviously. Night 2 always goes better. That's just
I thought night 1 was me.
It was okay. There were some spots. I do have some spots, and it's actually the one reason on my one of my big complaints is because of something that happened on night 1 that we'll get into. It was trash. I expected so much more, and it was. But before we get it, how's everybody doing? Everybody's good. Everybody had a good weekend. Everybody get to check out the eclipse today. That was fucking sweet. If we're being honest, that was really cool.
It was sweet.
Like.
That was pretty cool. That was a good moment to watch. I got home at a good time.
Oh, really? Yeah, they brought us glasses out to work, like in the warehouse. I'm like, here's some glasses, and we were like, oh shit, all right, cool.
That's cool.
But yeah, they were telling us, like that's something that we won't see. The next total eclipse is supposed to happen in 2099. We'll all be, safe to say, none of us will reach the triple digits. We might, but we could. I would love to be 112. I said that we were talking about that earlier today too. But let's get into night 1. Kicking off the show, the women's championship match. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch.
Oh, mommy.
Okay, first off, before we even get into the match, let's talk about how fucking cool it was for Motionless in White to play Rhea's entrance.
That was awesome.
Band that plays her legitimate theme song, a band that she's been in love with since she was 14, 15 years old or something like that. They said she's been following this band forever. So you saw the emotion in her eyes when she locked eyes with that lead singer.
Yep, she sang the whole song as she walked in. I thought that was really cool. It almost looked like they each paid homage to each other. His makeup definitely had a lot of her aspects to it, and it was just really cool to see. I was pretty impressed with it. A good show. It was a damn good way to start the Mania.
No, I agree. It was really, really cool for them to jump it in like that. And it made it weird because we always said we were sitting there, and it makes it seem when you get a big entrance that you're going to be the one that wins.
Yeah,
that's most of the time how it goes. But with this one, Becky got a big entrance too.
Yes.
Becky got a big entrance as well. And that was cool to see because I didn't know at that point. It took away my thought process of, oh shit, well, Rhea got the big entrance. She's definitely going to win.
I did like that Becky had her entrance gear, had parts of her book all over it, printed on it. I thought that was a really cool look. I'm actually hoping to get that in figure form.
In what form? In the what? I'm sorry. It cut.
Oh, in figure form. I could see they definitely do.
Oh, yeah, if they make a figure. Yeah, that would be sweet. Like a WrestleMania style figure with a WrestleMania card or something.
Yep, I think that'd be really cool.
Oh, I forgot to ask. I wanted to ask this. What did you think of the setup? The stage, the XL on the stage, the real. I liked it. Thought it looked sweet.
My only gripe was I hated that Prime bottle in the middle. Now, hey, money's money, so good for them to cash in. Good to see Logan Paul pushing his brand. The bottle itself, I just kind of didn't feel right. And then the dude wipes logos all over the post. That drove me nuts.
It was everything, though. It wasn't just dude wipes. It was everything. They changed the sponsorship per match.
Okay. Those are the ones that stood out for me.
Yeah, okay. And that was a big thing all over Twitter, especially because they made it seem Dean just texted me, said his internet just went out. So hopefully it's gonna, pop back in, get back with us. But they were talking about it on Twitter, and obviously we'll talk about it more when we talk about these matches, but I don't want to, I'm not going to make it a racist thing. but it seemed like WWE definitely made it a racist thing. They posted the Minute Maid Aguas Frescas, which, the Latin-inspired drink, during the Rey Mysterio LWO match. And the Damage Control versus Jade, Bianca, and Naomi was sponsored by Wingstop. And the internet was in a roar about it. Like, that's messed up. How you gonna have a black girl match? Like, I was like, and then the next day, you had the Philly street fight was sponsored by Gin and Juice.
Oh, I didn't even put two and two together. This is, yeah. Wow.
Maybe they didn't mean to do it like that, but on night one, sure, I could get it. But on night two, and sure, maybe Snoop was like, that's the match that I want, my stuff to be on. Sure. Whatever. But I don't know. It seemed a little hinky to me.
Yeah. Now that you put it all in the row like that, yeah, that definitely seemed a little sus.
Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about it. But again, great and we'll get back to the match. But Becky and Rhea Ripley, I thought that's a great way to start a show. My only gripe about makeup in this, the way they looked, was it looked like they both had the same face paint. And said Rhea had the whitish face and she had the red diamonds around the outside kind of, and Becky had almost the exact same thing.
Yep.
I was like, that's weird. It seemed like the same makeup artist did their makeup in the back,
which is probably a thing, but
it wasn't a bad match. I don't know, how you felt going into it. I was already had decided. I mean, I know you had picked your winner. I know you had picked Rhea, and we all picked Rhea. Where we were watching it, and but that's because we all know Becky's leaving. We all know she wants to take a break, and so it made sense for Rhea to win. And real quick before we go, because I said where I was watching, I got to watch WrestleMania Night 1 in the ring with Mega, and it was really cool. We had a little potluck. They brought pizzas, and we hung out in a wrestling ring and projected Night 1 on the wall. It was really freaking cool. So, thanks Brandon Xavier for inviting me to that. I had a fucking blast. It was great. And there's not too many times in your life that you can be like, I watched WrestleMania in a legitimate wrestling ring. It was pretty cool. The next match probably was my favorite match of night 1. The 6-pack challenge for the tag team championships. This match going in, dude. I mean, obviously we all knew, we all wanted. We didn't know because I didn't know this until last night or this weekend. Did you know that R-Truth has never won a fucking match at WrestleMania?
Yep.
That was his first WrestleMania win.
And it was awesome. It was so well deserved. It was so good. But yeah, that was his first win in WrestleMania.
That to me is just wow. Because he's been such a staple for this company for so long, for him not to even get a win. The 24/7, he didn't pin anybody up for the 24/7 title at WrestleMania. Because that would, sure, it's not considered a regular match, but I would assume it's still a win. So, for him to...
Yep.
Yeah, to find out that that was his first win, that's crazy to me.
He just
crazy spots in this match.
Yes.
Hella crazy spots in this match.
I mean, it just, as many times as we saw people go up and then get torn down, it was intense. There was that moment when we thought that, Awesome Truth and DIY were going to share the belts. And then that would have been so cool. But we, as we talked about before, you just can't have two faces holding both belts.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that didn't go the way that I thought it would. At least I got excited.
I wanted, going into it, I wanted DIY to win it as well. I wanted DIY to take home a pair, and I wanted Awesome Truth to take home a pair. And I wanted it to be them guys. But yeah, the face, and there really wasn't another heel team in there besides Grayson and Austin Theory.
And you had Judgment Day too, but they were losing They were gonna
I was
lose.
gonna say, yeah, it had already been decided they were gonna lose. But I mean, now that I think about it like that, I don't know if I'd have been mad if they'd have kept the blue belts, especially but I don't know, with Damian cashing in the next night, like.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because he couldn't have been double champion. Maybe if they would have freebirded the titles in Judgment Day and had like Finn and JD McDonough,
that would have been different.
because then you could have had Damian take the title the same way he did on night 2, and basically have Judgment Day have all the gold. The only person without a title is Dominic. Which then you could throw into a feud with Sami fucking Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, that would have been good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I don't know. I really, really, really enjoyed this match. The table spots, the fact that Johnny Gargano came out in Shawn Michaels' hat. I loved that. I thought that was hilarious. I love the whole DX thing they're doing. I think it's funny. Dean texted me, said, Dean's got new internet coming on Monday. So he'll be set up. We won't be losing Dean anymore after Monday, he said.
Good. But like you said, yeah, the table spots are great. You mentioned JD coming out to try to help Finn and then getting blasted. I mean, I thought he actually missed that one.
He missed the first one.
Yep. And
like, thank God they put 2 next to each other, because he missed that first one. He was like, if he'd have been a rung lower on the ladder, you know what I'm saying? He'd have been fine. But he went up 1 rung too high, and when he went down, look, and boom. I just wanted to talk about that too. Cody Gray in the chat here. I'll put it up so you can see it, Vince. This part, the broken ladder leg. Did you see that spot? That leg was like this. And then I think Miz tried to climb up that side of the ladder. And I was like, holy shit. Like, that, dude, I thought he was going down, and he ran up the side of that ladder, and that leg was fucking broken.
Yeah.
Big dog, welcome back.
What's up?
What's up, baby?
I'm outside my car because my internet went out completely.
That's okay. You're still here, and that's what matters. We're talking about the sketchy broken ladder that the Miz ran up like a freaking animal.
Oh,
yeah. Jeremy in the chat saying, hey. Sean's in the chat. He said he thinks there was a gimmick behind it. I think he was talking about the Becky stuff. That was older, a little bit older.
Okay.
But yeah, I hate to say this, because being around Mega so much now, I see Aaron Alloway do this, the all the way DDT, the Johnny Gargano over the top rope, little slingshot through the table spot was perfect. But when he hit that, I was like, shit, they're not going to win. Like, as soon as he put himself through a table, essentially, I was like, damn it, they're not going to win.
Yeah. I'm glad R-Truth had his moment, though. He deserves it, man.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so freaking funny. It's ridiculous.
I love it. The tag.
Oh my God, yes, the fucking tag. Dude, standing in the corner of a ladder match wanting a fucking hot tag was hilarious.
And he came out with fire. He was on fire. The whole crowd lit up. That was so good.
I agree with Cody's statement. The right teams did win. You couldn't have had, in my opinion, the only other heel team, like me and Vince were saying, Dean, was Judgment Day and Grayson and Austin Theory. You can't have 2 face champions. We had the New Day, New Catch Republic, and DIY. You had to have a bad guy team and a good guy team. So for Theory and Waller to take it, it's Waller's first championship, first of all. So let's give him a little flowers for that, because I think Grayson Waller is great. At least he's got a great mouthpiece.
I still thought it would have been cool to see Judgment Day hold all the gold.
That's what I said, too, while you were kicking back in. I said, what if they'd have freebirded it and had, like, JD and Finn as tag team champions? You still have Damian cash in on night 2, Rhea with the fucking thing, and then you could have Dominic go after fucking Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
That'd be a great match for Dom, dude.
I love the storytelling on that, though. I'm sure you guys already talked about the whole Drew McIntyre shit, right?
Oh, no, we haven't got into night 2. We're still on night 1. We're still on night 1. We're just talking about the ladder match.
That was night 2. Never mind.
Yeah. All right. after the six-pack challenge, or the ladder match where we crowned new tag team champions, split the belts actually, which was long time coming. With the influx of tag teams we have, you definitely had to split them belts in my opinion. This match,
New
I
belts.
can't say
New belts.
this match I can't say I was excited for, but it actually a little bit over-delivered. I thought this was going to be a match like a go smoke a cigarette, go to the bathroom match, right? Andrade and Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar and Dominic. Like, I don't know. Turned out to be pretty fucking solid. They did that fucking slingshot thing again.
He fucking flies when he does that, dude.
Yeah.
Dude. But Vince wasn't in here for this. Or Dean wasn't in here for this, Vince, so I'm going to bring it up again, and I hate to bring it up again. This is where WWE pulled out the race card, in my opinion. Okay, Dean? The LWO match, and you might have seen this all over Twitter. The LWO match was sponsored by Minute Maid Aguas Frescas. The Spanish-style drink, right?
All right.
Bianca, Jade, and Naomi was sponsored by Wingstop. The six-pack Philly challenge, or the Philly street fight, was sponsored by Gin and Juice. Dude, IWC was going crazy on Twitter last night saying that WWE was being racist with this. What do you think? Like, or was it unintentional?
There's too many things to be
Right.
Right.
Like, I mean,
unless in their eyes they thought they were trying to cater to everybody. I don't know. But they don't need to do that.
Still being racist.
I agree. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate, but
So I was like, that kind of threw all of us off a little bit, and internet. I wasn't the only one that caught it, so
I didn't think about it until you just brought that up.
yeah, dude, it was all over my timeline, dude. They were like, why the hell are the Latinos getting sponsored by Aguas Frescas and the black girls are getting sponsored by Wingstop? They were like, WWE, what the F is this? Like, people were going crazy on it on Twitter night one at least.
Though. Wingstop slaps.
Wingstop's pretty good. Zoe doesn't like Wingstop, so we don't go there that much. We go to Charlie's. I like their wings.
They're small.
That's all right. They got the sauce, baby. It's the sauce.
Soft.
They got the hot honey sauce. It's fire.
Oh.
All right. So let's move on. I mean, this match was solid. Do you guys have any qualms over this match? The right team won in this match. Obviously, Rey Mysterio and Andrade deserved the win. I do have a complaint. Carlito did not spit an apple at anybody.
not once. That was one I kind of caught that.
Yeah.
It was good though. I felt like you said. I felt like the right team won there. You know, it was good to see. I just, to me, Dominic and Santos, they don't really flow well together. I mean, they both just hate the LWO as much, but their styles clash, so it's not really.
I mean,
much. I'd rather watch them do.
I think Santos has kind of went downhill in my opinion since the El Hijo del Fantasma. I loved it when they were them three, and then since he took the mask off, lackluster.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that for sure.
Andrade looked really cool in his mask.
Yes.
His mask looked sweet.
Theme song slaps,
but the big story out of this match was the help from the outside.
Yeah, I forgot about this actually.
Jason Kelsey and I forget the right tackle's name, Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
Showed up in green and silver Rey Mysterio masks and threw him back in the ring, and so that Rey could, end the match and get the W. Obviously, in Philadelphia,
That chair. That was the.
Oh yeah, he took the chair. That's right. Yeah.
Immediately after this match, I went on the Cavs website and got a Jason Kelsey Cavs black jersey.
Oh yeah.
They had him when they had that night. I was like,
the bobblehead night.
That
Yeah.
dude was already a legend in my book. I love that dude, but when he did that, I'm like, yep, that solidified it. I need it. Now I don't got to worry about him getting traded. You know what I'm saying? He's just not there. He's a Cleveland boy.
Exactly.
And he's a fucking party animal.
I was
flex like that when he right next
he
to
ripped his shirt off.
He got hops too, bro.
Oh yeah, well, I mean he's probably box jumping. You know, like it was cool. It was a cool moment. Obviously in Philadelphia, Jason Kelce just retiring. You know, so it being still fresh, big pop from the fans. And otherwise, you know, it was a solid match. I have no complaints about it, but it wasn't like they didn't do anything crazy. Other than the springboard. Other than that slingshot thing.
Yeah, that shit was cool.
But yeah, Rey Mysterio and Andrade pick up the win. Now here's my complaint about night one. The next match was a match that, in my opinion, could have been the best fucking match of night one. Yeet versus no Yeet. This match fucking sucked.
Yes, thank you.
We're sitting in the ring. You ready for this? We're sitting in the ring watching this match. 16 super kicks to the face.
You guys counted
each of. But oh yeah, we were counting out loud. I was sitting around with a bunch of wrestlers. Of course we were. 16 super kicks to the face, 4 super kicks apiece to the midsection, 4 exchanging of blows, like 4 right hands from each brother, and 1 splash apiece. That was the whole fucking match.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything. Like they got in the ring and it was immediately a super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick. What?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it was.
that was a very.
They did a better job of finishing their brother storyline on Sunday night. Like, I don't know. I don't even really want to talk about it. The right person, I don't even know if Jimmy should have won or Jay should have won. I think Jimmy should have won. The big brother should have won this match, especially if you already had Bloodline losing.
You know, I think I would have just rather seen Solo come out and maybe win somehow. It was not
good. Yeah,
No,
this match was not good at all. So yeah, let's just move on. The next match was the 6-woman tag team match, and we finally get the in-ring debut of Jade Cargill in a WWE ring. She looked great.
I mean, yeah, she looked. She looked great. New hair. She just looked great out there.
The new hair was cool. But did anybody really expect her to get beat up at all?
No.
Exactly.
No.
So, you know, in my opinion, it was cool. We knew she was gonna win. Like,
I mean, it was stacked. Unfortunately, it was a stacked team against, the remnants of Damage Control.
Yeah, without the champion. And, you know, that is another thing that kind of, I don't know how I feel. Do you feel Damage Control has run its course? Or at least, look, Dakota Kai's out of place, bruh.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for, I love that you say things that everyone is
I'm not trying to. I have not a racist bone in my fucking body. I love everybody, but she's a fucking Kiwi Australian in a group full of Japanese girls.
Yes.
Kick her out and bring in Gulia.
What is she, the fucking translator? What is she, the translator? Because that's really all she can do at this point. I love Dakota Kai. She's a great wrestler. She's being wasted in Damage Control as the mouthpiece.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Bring in Gulia.
That was a big showing. Her being sitting next to William Regal. Even at NXT, she was at NXT too. She spent her whole weekend at WWE, WrestleMania. So maybe we will get to see her.
Papa H shaking hands.
Yes, they did. So
I'm excited.
I don't know. I think, obviously we knew that Jade Cargill was going to win this match. Like I said, she did show off the power. The boot, she threw a boot. I can't remember if it was to Dakota Kai or Asuka, but it looked horrible. like she completely missed. You know what I'm saying? Like botched a kick. Like it was supposed to be like a big boot, and she wasn't even close. However, but again, small things. She, whatever. She did great. I love Jade Cargill. I always have. So for Kairi Sane to jump off, as soon as I saw Kairi get on the top rope, I said, oh shit, she's going to catch her.
Yep.
So, I mean, it was a good match. Again, the right people won. I'm not unhappy at all with any of the decisions that were made over the weekend. As much as I will sit here and raise my finger in the air and still acknowledge my tribal chief, I am not unhappy with the way it played out. I have one complaint. I have one complaint about the end, but it's not really a complaint. It's more of a I wish this would have happened instead of that.
No, I think the ending was perfect to that. The long-term storytelling was
we'll get into it. We'll get into it. I got a lot of long-term storytelling I brought up. The next match, I thought it was going to be a lot better than it was. Still loved the outcome. Still knew pretty much the outcome was going to happen. Sami Zayn defeating Gunther and ending the 666 historic day reign.
Yes. This was so awesome. I, for one, am not the biggest fan of Gunther, but he did defend that title on multiple different levels, multiple different superstars. But to see Sammy walk home with this win, especially after all those pep talks on the way in, especially that Kevin Owens one, that was so heartfelt and well-deserved, and I loved every minute of it. I loved it. Congratulations, Sami Zayn.
Yeah, from the kid to Chad Gable to Kevin Owens meeting him at gorilla position, it was really, really good. I did, however, have an issue with this match. They essentially made Sami Zayn Hulk Hogan. He got his ass beat the entire match. Gunther was basically looking at his wife and telling him that your husband's not walking home tonight. And then all of a sudden, he starts going like this, and then it's haluva kick, haluva kick, haluva kick, haluva kick.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too.
Great. Again, I'm not upset with the outcome. I just wish that he wouldn't have got basically Brock Lesnar to John Cena the whole time.
Yeah.
Because that's, Sammy's a good wrestler. At least, he can put up a fight against Gunther. It's like, that's a little believable at least. It's not like, Gunther versus Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
So, again, not upset with the outcome, upset with the way we got to the outcome. Loved every minute of it. I knew, and at that point right there, they haven't said anything yet, but that set the ending of the story for me because.
Yeah, Bree, we're talking about Gunther and Sammy right now. Her phone's not working.
I see that. Yeah, because that sets, who's going to win the story or who finished the story. That when Gunther lost, that put in my head that Cody was winning. Because, again, I don't know this, but that's a bad guy. That's a great bad guy for Cody to fight first.
Yeah.
And he can beat Gunther, and Gunther won't, hurt from that loss. All right, so, I don't know. I think Gunther is going to be the next one to go after the title. I could be wrong. But, obviously, what's he going to do? Go after the United States' mid-card title? He clearly wants to go up, so.
I don't know. It looks like we're getting Rock versus Cody at SummerSlam, maybe.
Oh, what? Are you kidding me?
On Raw after
That's what
Mania.
it's seeming like, yeah.
Oh,
Rock came out and said, your story with Roman is done, but ours is just beginning. And he handed him something. And, yeah. Basically saying he'll be back.
Boys,
well, I'll be watching that. I'll be watching that tomorrow. I try to stay off my stuff so I don't get spoiled, especially for this one. Because I'm hoping for an what's it called? A signing tonight. I'm hoping for a debut tonight of somebody. And no, Bree, we have not talked about Drew McIntyre yet. We're still on night one. Yeah, I have a signing that I hope is coming, and I'll tell you all about it. And it didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen, but I'm going to tell you guys how I wanted it to happen, and you tell me how fucking cool it would have been had it happen this way. But this, it didn't happen. Now this match, the main event of night one, The Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth. What did you guys think about this tag team match? I'm with you, Vince. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest either.
I will say, how cool was it to see The Rock back in the ring? I will say that was great. He did a great job for being out of the ring for so long. He
looked great.
He did. He looked amazing. So did Roman. Roman looked fantastic. But there were so many things that I just got sidetracked on, if that's what you want to use the word. Like The Rock oversold so much, and it was to the point where he looked like a crying baby on the corner, like holding his elbow. I was like, I love when people oversell at the right moments, but not the main event, not in a very serious match.
When you're the final boss.
He came out. He looked so good coming out. That whole entrance looked so
good.
Dude,
with the fire around the Brahma Bull and shit. That was fucking cool.
Holding that honorary title that he was just granted. I love that title. That title is a beautiful thing. I hope we get it. Again, I'm going to say, I hope we get a figure form of that. That would be so cool. But, all that. Get a guy that's sitting there. I'm just crying. I was crying and laughing. I was laughing at The Rock, and I'm not supposed to be laughing at him, but that's what the result I gave.
So
is that a new updated Brahma Bull belt?
Thank you. That's exactly what it is. I'm sure they probably already have a figure with that belt somewhere. That's the Brahma Bull title. That is not the People's Championship title. That is not some bullshit that he legitimately
version of it.
That he gave to Muhammad Ali's fucking wife or whatever and was like, give this to me. What? He threw around his power with that one. I think that was stupid. And then he carried it out to the ring. Dumb. If Muhammad Ali's widow was going to give him a fucking People's Champion title, it should have been not a Brahma Bull title that us kids from the Attitude Era instantly recognized.
Yeah.
That's,
It's like they took Seth's belt, that championship, and kind of
they took the WWE out of the middle and put the Brahma Bull in it.
Yeah.
And what's funny though is he doesn't even have that tattoo anymore.
Yeah, that's even funnier.
It's
covered up. Well, it's still, isn't it still there?
It's still a bull. No, it's still a bull. It's covered up, but it's still a bull. It's like a whole bull face now on his arm instead of just the little bull that was only this fucking big.
Okay.
Kyle, what's up, brother?
That's
hilarious. Then when I was like, what? Because I didn't stay up. For the Hall of Fame. I was so fucking excited that they put Paul Heyman on first so I could watch it and go to bed. Look, no disrespect to the US Express, Thunderbolt Patterson, Bull Nakano, any of them. You're not fucking Paul Heyman, all right? Yeah. So I got to watch Paul. The speech was phenomenal, and then I got to go to bed. So I didn't get to see this handing of the title. The only thing I was upset I missed was Mike Rotunda asking the crowd to put one in the air for Bray, and they shut the lights off and the Fireflies came out. That was fucking beautiful. So, I mean, other than that...
fucking biography, too. I watched it 3 times and cried all 3 times.
Yeah, dude, it was... I don't know. The Hall of Fame was pretty solid. With Paul Heyman, I didn't like how they put it at 10 o'clock. They started it at 10 p.m. That was way too late. It used to be like 8 p.m.
Yeah,
I think Paul was going to talk his shit.
Well, I think that's true, too. Because he did drop some suck my fucking dicks and a whole bunch of crazy shit that nobody's ever said in a fucking Hall of Fame speech.
You don't have to say it.
I'm allowed. We say what we want here.
I'm a Paul Heyman guy, just like
I'm a Paul Heyman guy. If you don't like it, yeah. But no, great speech. It was a great speech. He, brought out everything. the love to his kids, the love to the ECW originals.
What he said about Cody's dad.
Cody's dad.
Yep.
And then obviously the bombshell of the weekend, in my opinion. Because like you just said, Vince, you are a Paul Heyman guy. I'm a Paul Heyman guy. I know Dean is as well. So for him to look in that fucking camera and say, I, Paul Heyman, am forever a Paul Levesque guy, I was like, holy shit. Like, that's big.
Yeah, that's big.
Huge.
So that was phenomenal. But yeah, back to The Rock. I don't know why he got this title. Essentially, in my opinion, he handed it to the widow and said, give this to me. It was pointless. It was pointless. It's not like he even used it. Had he used it in the match, maybe? Use it as a weapon? Sure. Then I understand that, but like the Mama Rhodes belt was enough. That was good enough.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good shtick.
Yeah, I like that. With the
I do have a complaint from Yo Paulie about this match because this match went down as the second longest main event in WrestleMania history.
It was long.
Only behind Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Iron Man match. It was a 62-minute Iron Man match. So, of course, it would be the longest match. This match was like 47 minutes or something like that.
Jeez.
It was really, really long and overdrawn, in my opinion.
Very, very overdrawn.
I wanted, actually, Cody and Seth, the way we had planned it out, we talked about this on the show last week, the way we had planned it out, or I had planned it out in my head, was that The Rock would, Roman would go for a tag and The Rock jumped down. And, kind of, you're the head of the table. You got this. You don't need me. And that wasn't the case. We ended up getting bloodline rules.
He kind of hinted that too, because when they were on Jimmy Kimmel, he was even talking like he's the head of the table, and then like he was talking with his hands, and they put him up above. He said, "I'm the final boss."
Yeah,
like I'm above you. That's kind of how he's explaining it. So I'm like, oh shit, yeah, something's about to go down. Like the hints out there, it's just.
Well, we'll talk theories. We'll talk theories here in a few when we get done. Overall, this match wasn't bad. It was just too long. Like they could have, played the same story in 25 minutes.
I'm giving night one 3 out of 5 pile drivers.
Okay. I give night one 3 out of 5 or 3.5 out of 5 as well.
I'm just gonna say 3.
Yeah,
okay.
3.
I'm gonna say the ending was too long, and I felt like the beginning was rushed. I felt like the Becky Rhea match was rushed, and I didn't like that.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, like I said, my complaints about night one are the ending was too long and Yeet versus no Yeet.
Yep, I'll agree with that.
That was a very underwhelming match. I was hoping for so much more. That's
yeah,
kinda like
I wanted that match to be fucking great.
That's kind of like it's on a disappointment level, the same as the first time we got AJ Styles versus Nakamura in WWE.
Exactly. Well, it kills me
so
too though because this is the third time. This is the third time in history that brothers have faced each other at WrestleMania. The other 2 matches are fucking instant classics. Bret Hart versus Owen Hart, fucking phenomenal.
Yes.
Jeff Hardy versus Matt Hardy. Phenomenal.
What about Jay and Undertaker?
They're not real brothers. Jay,
I love that.
Jay versus Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of tarnished that. Like that match should have been a 5-star match.
Yeah, I expected a lot more. Like definitely what Dean said. It was underwhelming and like it was just boring. And I love that you guys counted it out. Like that warms my heart.
Oh, dude. Well, we were sitting there and we said, what's the over-under on super kicks? And I think we put it at 9.
Wow.
And we got all the way to 16.
Yes. At that point, I was like, I don't want to see another super kick again the rest of the night.
Oh, God.
I don't want to see any WWE stan ever say that all the Young Bucks do is super kick. Ever.
Yeah.
So, again, night one, not too bad. let's move on to the creme de la creme, obviously, night 2, where they brought all the stories to a culmination, and we essentially ended the Vince McMahon era of WWE.
And what a way to end it. What a way to end it.
Night 1 started off hot, boys.
Dude, out the damn gate.
Drew McIntyre challenging Seth frickin' Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
That parade.
I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say bad about this match. I will say that I will mark me down right here, April 8th, 2024. I will be the first man to say that I tried to tell all y'all this, that man is the first ballot Hall of Famer as soon as he hangs up them fucking boots. Seth fucking Rollins is the goddamn truth.
Yep.
I don't care if you don't like his fancy outfits or his lavish, whatever. The man can wrestle. And he can wrestle night in and night out and still show up. And Seth's fucking great. He's definitely my favorite current wrestler right now.
I'm calling it right now. We're getting CM Punk versus Drew at SummerSlam.
Oh,
100%.
In Cleveland, baby.
That's right. We're tailgating this. We're tailgating this because we're true Clevelanders, and that's how we do things. He's blacked out by 1, and he's up in 5, baby.
Let's go.
But night 1 started off hot. This match was great. In my opinion, the only, like I said, I don't have very many complaints on night 2. Too many Claymores. It shouldn't have.
Hey, that Claymore
He hit him with like
I
5.
fucking jumped off my seat. I was like, no, they're not going to end it this way.
That first Claymore, dead. D-E-D, dead.
Dude, the very first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, right off the rip, as soon as they rang the bell.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude.
Yeah, that was crazy.
In the cell by Rollins, loved it. The last cell before he got pinned. The way his whole body was like twisted. He was just laying there like,
Yep. Well, that's one of the ones too, and we've said this before. As we're old wrestling fans now, we're not young. We see what happens other than the stuff. You can look at the man getting pinned and see if his eyes are looking at the referee or not, and that's how you can tell the great ones. Because Seth Rollins didn't look at the referee and still had the wherewithal to kick out when the hand was this far from the mat. Same with Cody Rhodes. It's a beautiful thing when you can do that because it's just, it's there. 1, 2, the hand's coming down, when to throw that shoulder up, like last second, to keep the excitement alive, so to speak. Top notch. That separates the great wrestlers from the good wrestlers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre finally able to capture gold in front of a crowd.
Didn't get the reaction that I thought he was going to get.
He got a pretty solid pop.
It is,
It didn't last
the thing
long.
for me was he went over and got in CM Punk's face at the announce table, like CM Punk was calling this match, which CM Punk did a great job calling the match actually and talking shit to both wrestlers while he was calling the match.
Yeah.
So that was good. But yeah, he got down on CM Punk on the table in front of him and kind of squatted like he was taking a poop. And he turned back. He turned back at the cameraman, take a picture of this. I want to frame it. You look dumb right now.
Well, he also, if you caught, he actually tweeted when he walked in, bored, and I think it was bored at work. LOL.
He was in the match. That was in the match. That girl and that, I don't know if that was his son or his nephew or her brother or something, but that girl that he took the phone from was his wife.
Yeah.
He tweeted during his match, dog, bored at work.
Fucking ultimate.
Took a picture?
He didn't take a picture. He tweeted on his fucking account. He grabbed the phone out of this lady's
hand. It looked like he was leaning back taking a fucking selfie.
I thought he was taking a picture too, and he tweeted bored at work, and then an hour later or right after he lost, he tweeted fuck. He retweeted it and quoted it and was like fuck.
Yep. And it was, dude, him on the table with Punk, that was so awkward, but it worked because then, what do you?
on top of what happened after, Punk, I think, played us all. I think Punk's fine. He's okay. He was just fucking with Drew with
Drew was telling him, like, I'm going to end your fucking career.
Yeah.
And he's like, why are you so worried about me? This is your moment. Like,
Yep.
And then he turned around and CM Punk's like, fuck this. Grabbed his leg.
Grabbed the leg.
Knocked him on the table. Then fucking Judgment Day song hits, dude.
Wow.
There's Senior Money in the Bank.
And I mean, we called this last week. We said this. We all said Damian was going to cash in after Drew won, so I wasn't that surprised.
The outcome? Hell no.
The choke slam was phenomenal. Like, it was huge. It was a big choke slam.
Because there's two big guys. Those are two very big guys.
I think Damian Priest is like 6'9" or something like that. And then Drew McIntyre is like 6'8", 6'9".
Yep.
Once that 1, 2, 3 counted, I was like, what the fuck? And you see this, it instantly cut the Punk sitting cross-legged on top of the commentary
on the table.
Clapping, laughing. I'm like, I love this.
Yep.
This is going to be a great rivalry, man.
It is.
This match was perfect. The cash in was perfect. The banter between Punk and the opponents was perfect.
What a way to start the night off.
I loved this match. Yeah.
Set the fucking tone for the night.
Now, this match, the next match, was the Philadelphia street fight.
It sucked.
The match itself sucked. You are correct. It was lackluster for a street fight.
And you know what? The Street Profits and Bobby beforehand, their little pre-match interview, they seemed they were about that business. It's made me think that shit was going to go down. Like, I'm about to see a difference. I'm about to see some violence.
Exactly.
And
the only violence we got was courtesy of the ECW original that was the special guest referee.
We've seen better matches at Circle 6, AIW.
I mean, but you gotta look, and I did see somebody say this. They are at least trying. Last year, we wouldn't have got a hardcore match at fucking WrestleMania.
But they did.
I'm gonna go out here and say this: Alex Daniels versus Matthew Justice was more entertaining and a better match than this was.
Okay,
as far as the hardcore match.
And now look, I was gonna say, there you go. Because entertainment value, you're fucking tripping. This match was hilarious because of one man. Snoop Dogg on commentary was golden. He was so funny. Like,
he said some stuff that made no sense, and it was amazing.
It was just perfect. Like, Snoop Dogg had no idea what the fuck he was talking about.
No, Grant had no idea. He was just laughing. Like,
yep, it was perfect, dude. It was so good. Like, I like comedic gold. But yeah, that was
that spot with Brandy and what's her name going through the table was nice.
Oh yeah. Scarlett and B-Fab.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and then the was up, like you were saying, Mike, when we got Bubba Ray Dudley in there, and Karrion Kross was getting in his face, and he put the glasses on, and when I saw those glasses, I just got so excited. We're in Philly, and what are we gonna do? We're gonna do it. We're gonna put somebody through a table. We gave him the flying headbutt, the what's up. It was chef's kiss, and that's the only reason. I will agree with everything else said about this match. There was definitely not as good of spots, but the comedy gold that was added because of a special referee and a special commentator mixed together.
Yeah.
It saved this match, in my opinion. I think
you had the botch table in the ring that broke before anybody touched it.
Dude, hey, that was Bobby Lashley's fault because he didn't extend the leg. Like when he set that table up and they pulled the camera back, that left leg over here, like this side, was like bent like this, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna fall." And they put Karrion on it, and sure shit, it fell down.
But Karrion was so good, man. I love his new look.
I do too. I love the Final Testament, actually. If they can get something together, they can be a heavy hitter. Like, you know,
they got Paul Ellering
going after tag team titles and Karrion going after it. Oh, dude, that's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
I just think it's weird. The only weird thing about the Final Testament is that they have two managers.
They're considering Scarlett a manager?
I mean, she's Karrion Kross's manager or valet.
Well, now she's wrestling. She's more in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I guess I don't know. It's just they have two out of presence, people that could even the score outside the ring during a match like that. Not just one you have to worry about.
I want Paul to bring back the dummy.
Yes.
Montez Ford in this match did throw some crazy shots with that kendo stick that looked like they were like full of fury. And of course, as always, his 5-star frog splash was phenomenal.
And then Bobby took some L's with those kendo stick. I was like kind of surprised.
They beat the shit out of Bobby.
And I mean that's being one. I was psyched to see him in a hardcore match in Philadelphia because he was one of our last ECW champs. So that was cool. I'll give him that.
That was cool.
Okay, I can dig that. I'm not like a super fan of Bobby Lashley, but I'm not in no way a Bobby Lashley hater. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always he's been middle of the road. Like I think he deserved his TNA championships, his WWE championships. ECW was kind of like a bootleg WWE reboot, so it wasn't really the same. But it still counts.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Overall solid match. It wasn't too bad. Now this next match, I was on the fence in this one. You had the phenomenal AJ Styles going up against the man who's got the whole crowd screaming, L.A. Knight. Yeah. Biggest pop of the weekend besides the main event surprise. That
AJ's new theme.
I liked it.
Hated it.
I liked it. It's a little more bad.
I guess it's more fitting for his dark character he's in right now.
They don't want none. That's it's classic. You know what I'm saying? That's like changing the fucking Undertaker's theme to something other than Roland.
Right.
Wait.
I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the theme song. I definitely liked AJ in all black with the whole Boneyard-esque theme he had going on. Remember, because that's kind of how he dressed when he did the Boneyard match with Taker.
Yeah.
Overall, this match was not really that exciting. It was a solid match.
Yeah, I was just expecting a little bit more, especially the brawl at WWE World.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's so. Can you guys remember enough? Did we ever even see a chair shot?
No. They
That's what I thought. He threatened. He said, "I'm gonna bring this chair." I mean, I saw more action with the Slim Jim keys than anything.
Bro, he gave some.
So
he
that
gave
old lady
some
was so confused.
He had some old lady in the front row of fucking Skyline. Like,
She's gonna die.
like what the fuck?
She didn't even look excited. She's like, "Oh hey, we're gonna get
Yeah,
I like Slim Jims.
I like meat sticks."
Right? Hey, no, hold on. Did you see the video where they called them the Long Boys and they were showing people showing the crowd? Look, me and Justin and Paulie all caught it. There was a dude deep throating that Slim Jim. Like he was like shoving it in his mouth like crazy. We were fucking dying, dog. Why would you do that on national TV? Like,
yeah, right.
Did you catch all the middle fingers up too? There was one like on the back side of the camera. Like they did not put it out. I was like, yo, hell yeah. I got so hyped.
Yeah, that shit was wild. And then the United States Triple Threat Championship match, which saw the champion Logan Paul defending against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton.
It was a great match.
First off, what do we think of the truck?
That truck is, without the Prime shit, that's a sexy fucking truck.
Yeah,
without the Prime.
Then you put all the Prime stuff on it.
In my opinion, the truck wasn't bad, but it would have been a lot cooler had it shot Prime out of that nozzle that was on the top of the thing.
Right.
Me and my wife said, what's going on? I thought they were gonna shoot something. No,
he just points it at the freaking sky, the sign, and fireworks go off. You didn't shoot that. Like
8 seconds after he fires it, there's such a delay too. It's weird.
Yeah, he should have just primed everybody in the front row, or at least put water in it. You know, I mean, it was cold,
Right.
but still, that part was silly. Overall, the match was good. My disappointment part in this match was that Randy Orton said multiple times that he was going to pull something out of the bag of tricks, and we were going to see one of the best RKOs we've ever seen. I didn't get nothing. He got a regular RKO.
There's
nothing.
There's a decent one. I wouldn't say it was one of the greatest, but
I was gonna say it wasn't like a Logan Paul jumping off, springboarding off the top rope, and Randy catching him or something.
No, it was that I would say for the table was if anything that was the best RKO spot. With him through putting speed through it, or I don't know who that is really.
I show speed. I have no idea who that is. They were telling me he's a YouTuber. He hangs out with Logan. I don't know. He got beat up. That was funny.
Yeah,
I wanted it to be Jake Paul. I wanted it to be his brother in there and make an impact in the match. You know what I'm saying? Like how cool it would have been because Netflix, Mike Tyson fight, Jake Paul, WWE has a Netflix deal now. How cool would it have been to put Jake Paul in that prime suit, and then when Randy pulls the face off, Jake Paul fucking slugs him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been way cooler instead of some dude I have no fucking clue who it is getting destroyed again. Amanda said I love that Randy went with Kevin down the ramp in the golf cart. That was fucking awesome. Like Kevin Owens pulled out in this golf cart and then backed back up the ramp. Like, come on, bro, let's go kick his ass. Like
also
that shit
almost killed him both.
Yeah.
You fucking flying in reverse. Randy jumped back like, what the hell? Come on, get in there.
It was that part was so funny. Yeah, because he pulls up, he's like, come on, bud, let's go.
I did like the little teamwork action between Randy and Kevin, but also how sneaky Randy kept being, where he'd be like, he'd push Kevin, set up for that RKO,
Apex Predator, baby.
Then Kevin be like, "We doing this? Are we gonna do this?
Yeah,
Right,
that was a good spot. Yeah, Kevin was like, "All right, fuck it, let's go," and they just started wailing, dude. That was great.
I love Kevin Owens.
We talked about this. Me and Vince were chatting about it a little bit earlier. Do you feel, Dean, that the right man won this match?
No.
No, why not? Because Vince doesn't either.
Because he barely defends that fucking title.
Okay. What's the next giant pay-per-view, Bubba?
SummerSlam, but I
Where's
knew that.
it at?
I'm just saying.
Where's it at, though?
Cleveland.
Why would you have him lose the fucking title? And then, Vince said have him lose it. Vince said have him lose it and then win it back.
I get it from a booking standpoint. I knew it was going to fucking happen. I just don't agree with it. I don't like it. I don't like him being champion.
I'm okay with what Vince had said earlier, too. Vince said maybe have him lose it last night and then have him win it back in Cleveland.
Because
I could see that if he was a good guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a heel.
But I feel like they're trying to be the good guy now. I
think they are. But people don't forget about your YouTube videos with the hanging lady, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like you did fucked up shit. And you're like, people are always going to hate you. Like, people hate the Paul brothers.
No, and that's why they're good at what they do. That's why they are ultimate heels. God, right.
I wasn't thrilled about it that he won, but again, I understand it. You're going to bring him into Cleveland with a champion. I guarantee you he comes stacked. I'm talking he comes with MGK and probably Jason or Travis Kelce and like all these people that he says are his friends.
I could see
they're all from Cleveland.
But that would have just, to me at least, I think it would have been so cool to see both Sammy and Kevin take home gold over the weekend.
That was another thing. Look, that was another thing I wanted to check that I forgot about. They did the whole Sami Zayn thing the night before where Kevin slapped him in the face and he's like, come on, let's go. And then Sammy won. They have Sammy do the same thing to Kevin and then Kevin loses? That looks idiotic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love KO's ECW themed shorts too.
Yo,
the
tell me
shorts
how
were good.
You can get the shirt, but you can't get the shorts.
No, you can't ever get his shorts. Those are like his wrestling trunks. But the KO Mania shirt was fire too, though.
For sure.
With Logan Paul with the devil horns and stuff. And then I hate to call it the co-main event. Bayley versus Io Sky for the women's championship. How do we
I
feel?
want to hear what you guys have to say about this because I'm gonna say what my wife said about this at the end. So
All right.
I want to
Dean,
hear.
go ahead and go first.
What were you saying?
Bayley and Io. What are your thoughts?
No, Vince was getting ready to say something.
No.
Oh no.
I'm gonna hold mine because I'm gonna quote my wife on the end.
He's gonna give us what Liz had to say about this women's match.
I knew Bayley was gonna win. It did nothing for me.
Hey, look at same boat. We knew Bayley was gonna win. Cigarette break. I don't smoke, but a cigarette break, bathroom break. This match was fucking boring.
Yes, same for me. And so me and my wife watched it with a couple friends too. Our one friend, his girlfriend did fall asleep during this match, so that was, fitting for this. But I'm not even gonna give what I thought of it. I'm gonna just go straight with what my wife said. So the very end of the match, that final straw, when Bayley splashes the shit out of Io, Liz literally said she just killed that woman, like just blatantly. And I said, "Wow, you might be right." That was that was such a very one-sided match in its entirety. My apologies. In its entirety, one-sided in all cost. We didn't even get to see Damage Control come out to help their champion. I mean, like you said earlier, Mike, I don't think the Damage Control is even going to sustain much longer together. Their leader, literally Bayley, left. So they're like a chicken, they're like chicklets without the chicken, without the hen.
Yeah.
Is Asuka hurt too?
I mean, I am
Is
very.
Isn't Asuka hurt too?
No, she wrestled.
Oh,
I don't know if she got hurt, but she wrestled. She poison misted Dakota Kai.
Yep. But yeah, so just I love that.
It was
at least
I love Bayley. And part of me, look, this is the only I hope positive that comes out of this. Does this bring back Bayley the Hugger?
No, is that bitch dead?
She's a face again, Dean. She's a face again. She doesn't have to be the same with the ponytail and shit.
That dumbass shit back.
I love Bayley the Hugger.
I bet you do.
I think somebody uses that gimmick already.
With the wacky, her name's Izzy is her name, and it's the girl that Bayley used to go out and hug.
Oh, that's even more sweet.
Yeah, like the girl from NXT. There used to be a little girl. She was like 7 or 8, and she was at every NXT show. She was always in the same spot, and Bayley would hug her before every match. She had her ponytail. She had the whole cosplay outfit like little Bayley. And Bayley hugged her before every match, and Izzy used that to be a professional wrestler. That's kind of she uses the gimmick. So I mean,
don't bring that dumb shit back.
And then, last but most certainly not least, we get the main event for the WWE Undisputed Universal World Heavyweight Championship. All right. You ready for my only complaint of this match?
Let's hear it.
WWE has a lot more money than to 3D print Cody Rhodes a mask that he can't even fucking see out of. You couldn't even see his eyes. They were down here. Like the eye holes for that skull mask were up here on like you could see like this much of his eyebrow. He couldn't even see out of that mask. It looked like it just came off the 3D printer 20 minutes before he walked outside.
I think that's them promoting their new toy line with the Ninja Turtles because he's supposed to be Casey Jones.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I
That makes.
wasn't even aware of that. I'm buying
Yeah.
this.
That makes sense.
Whole set looks great. They got Roman Reigns as a shredder, but we can talk about that later. So yeah, I will agree.
I'm excited.
I did. I was like, man, but I love that his wife was out there with him. That was so cool.
Yeah. That is the first time Brandy has accompanied him to the ringside area or, on the entranceway since coming back to WWE. So it was nice to see Brandy again, kind of just confirmed for me that the story was over or the story was being finished.
Yeah. Mama Rhodes.
The match itself was pretty good. I liked the match. I liked the near falls. I liked the fact that nobody came out until, I knew somebody was going to interfere, but Solo surprised me on the Crossroads, him just popping up. Good camera work, I'll say.
Yes.
Because I didn't see Solo come anywhere or enter the ring or nothing, and he was just there. Spike. Okay, that was cool.
Did you expect John Cena?
Yes, I did. Because remember when Solo destroyed John Cena?
Yep.
That finished the story for John Cena.
Made sense. Yep, it made sense.
All right. The Rock then coming out to face John Cena. Finished that story. Because they fucking fought at WrestleMania and have probably one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. All right. Here's my look, and it's not a complaint. It's not a complaint. It's not a complaint. It just didn't make as much sense as it would have had it been Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rock and Undertaker have never fought at WrestleMania, ever.
Then when the lights come back on, Rock was missing too?
Yes.
No, he was, yeah. No, he was down.
So when Undertaker was there, The Rock was there, and then choke slammed him. Lights go out. Rock's gone
and they're
too.
both gone.
Rock and Undertaker are both gone.
Okay, and
out
now
of the ring at least.
What Paulie had said, it was great. Again, I'm not complaining about the Undertaker at all. It just would have made more sense for Stone Cold to come out and fight The Rock.
I loved it.
The pop for Undertaker was huge, and I said this, and I hate saying this. I hate saying this because I know I'm right about it. The pop for The Undertaker was huge. The pop for Stone Cold Steve Austin would have been a fucking 100 times louder.
Oh, yeah. That glass shattering that place would have erupted.
Yep. And then he comes out, gets in The Rock's face, stuns The Rock. The Rock does that little fucking crazy-ass sell where he bounces off a rope or some shit, and then Cody Rhodes finishes the story the same way. It would have made a lot more
gets in his face,
finishing the story sense.
Picks up Cody's fucking says pin his hand.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that would have been dope.
But, I mean, Paulie said it. Think about WrestleMania, and if WrestleMania itself was a video game, who's the final boss of WrestleMania? Undertaker. So it does make sense, but that was the only part that didn't line up for the story for me.
Yeah.
Jimmy coming out down the ramp, and then Jimmy coming out, and then Jay coming down, and then meeting in the fucking in the rampway, and then the spear off the ramp and through a table.
And that was
100 times better than what they did the night before.
Yeah. That was a missed spot too. If you notice, they went too far, so
yeah,
it looked like
they missed that table. Yeah, they missed that table on the ground. But it's a better spot or better, altercation than what they got in the whole night before with their super kick match.
100%.
I don't know. And then Cody obviously winning, finishing the story, getting the family in the ring. I don't know if you noticed they had Amanda Huber was in the ring.
You fucking missed a huge spot there. Seth coming out of the Shield.
That's true. I did. I thought it was Dean Ambrose. I was hoping that it was
like, oh my god! I thought it was John Mox. I thought it was Dean Ambrose.
Oh, that would have been.
I shit for 2 seconds. Pardon my language.
Man, that would have been sweet if Mox came out. But yeah, back in February on Raw, Seth told Cody, if there's anyone that can be your Shield,
it's me.
It'd be me, because he felt like he created Roman to be the monster that he is today.
You're right.
We all know that, and Roman's told Seth several times, I can't let it go. And the betrayal from 10 years ago with that steel chair
cost him the title.
he had to get back at fucking Seth, so he chose Seth fucking over Cody, and it cost him the title.
He chose revenge.
Yep.
You're 100% right, brother. He chose revenge over Cody. He had both of them dead to rights, and he chose to hit Seth Rollins to get that back.
Storytelling.
Yeah,
Love it.
And that's exactly what it was, dude. And it was glorious. It was glorious, man. I have no complaints over the main event. Before we get into our grades for night 2 and the show, I did say I have Paulie's proxy grade for the show. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Paulie the Hammer has given WrestleMania 40 a perfect Piledriver 5 for the whole show as a whole.
As a whole?
Cool. That's awesome. I think that's the first 5 that I've had on.
That's big for Paulie.
That's big coming. Look, Dean, how many times have we watched wrestling with Paulie?
What?
How many times have you seen Paulie mark out?
Never.
Like we mark out. Barely ever, right? Barely ever. Paulie fucking marked out last night. Like, Paulie was legitimately happy with the story. He was happy with the finish. And that's not something you get from Paulie. Paulie's always got something to fucking complain about.
I love that.
And it's great. I love Paulie for that. And that's, Paulie gives an unbiased opinion. He loves wrestling, but he will tell you that it fucking sucked, and this is why it sucked. And, Paulie was like, I have no complaints. He was like, it was a great show. It finished all the stories, and it ushered us into a brand new era. And he's not wrong at all.
Yeah, I agree.
As far as my score goes, I have to allow my Bailey and Io match and the Super Kick Party match to knock me down to a 4 or 5. I'm not fucking mad at all. This was probably one of the greatest WrestleManias I've seen in 10 years.
Paulie gave it a 5 for night 2, or is it whole?
As a whole. Paulie didn't give me individual grades. As night 2, I'll give it night 2 a 4. Night 2 gets a solid 4.25. But overall, it gets a 4 or 5 for me.
I'll go 4 or 5 for night 2. But as a whole, it's a 4 because the night 3 was a 3.
Yeah.
Night 1 was a 3. So, yeah, I'm just going to do it as a 4 as a whole.
No, I'll agree with that. No, I'll agree with that for sure. I was going to give it a 4, and then I wanted to actually add why it's going to get a 4.5 for me is because at the very end, I love that both parties try to use each other's moves. We saw Roman set up for a crossroads, and I definitely saw Cody hit
the crossroads, and Cody hit a spear.
Yeah. No, he did hit. That's right. He did actually pull the crossroads out. That is right.
Yeah.
No, that was cool. So that got the 4.5. That's what get that 0.5 for me. But altogether, like Dean said, because of the night before, it's like just a solid 4 for me. But it was a great one. I mean, a lot of finished stories, a lot of great spots when we got them. A lot of I saw a lot of comedy, between Archer. We saw Bubba Ray Dudley. I mean, I loved the little bit of nostalgia they added to it being in Philly too, and paying so much homage to ECW and Paul Heyman. And that had a lot of respect from you.
Coming out with the theme song too.
Dude, that was so cool. That was cool.
I mean, just to touch on what you said, Vince, I agree. They gave us a little bit of what the little bit of nostalgia, but they didn't oversaturate it like they have in the past. So for them to give us that little bit to get that pop with Rock, John Cena, fucking Taker, like it was cool, man. It worked, but it wasn't like, oh god, geez, here comes more star power to save the show.
I think that justifies what Triple H was saying beforehand with the interview. Do you have any words of wisdom? I forget who was interviewing him, but they asked him, do you have any words for wisdom for the WWE Universe? And he just thanks him. He said, keep telling us, keep being there. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. We're listening. I promise you we're listening.
Well, and, Paul, I'll say it again, Paul Heyman touched on it before he said that he was a Paul Levesque guy. He, said the way that Triple H was given the pencil, essentially, and has given everybody in the back the creative freedom to do what they want, as long as it's not detrimental to the company, and allows, these younger wrestlers to come to Raw and SmackDown, and we're seeing them more and more and more. That's Triple H, man. Vince was never like that. If you weren't 260, built like a brick shithouse, Vince didn't want nothing to do with you. Ricochet would never get a chance in Vince McMahon's WWE. In Triple H's WWE, he will.
He's the king. Yeah. I want to point out a couple things before we are done with WrestleMania, and this is just something I pulled off the internet. So title reigns ended at WrestleMania 40. This is just days that were ended. Title reigns. Obviously, Roman Reigns was 1,316 days champion. That's insane. I think that was really close to, or he had just beaten Hulk Hogan's record.
He beat Hulk Hogan's record that day. Sunday, Hulk Hogan's record was 13-15. Roman beat it Sunday because he was still the champion on Sunday. So 13-16. He didn't make it to 13-17, but he now is, I believe, third. It is
that makes sense. Yep, that tracks.
It is Bruno, Bob Backlund, Roman fucking Reigns. His longest title reigns ever.
That's insane. And then we saw Gunther, which I thought this was really funny because it was 666 days on the dot, and somebody was quoted as saying, "It sounds like Sami Zayn's exercised his demons in that match." So I thought that was silly, but also very fitting.
A way to put a nice wordage to put it, like that sounds good.
No, I liked it a lot. Seth Rollins, 316 days. Kind of funny how that worked out too, Stone Cold. Io Sky, 245 days. The Judgment Day for their tag team, 171 days. Drew McIntyre, only 5 minutes. I love that. So all that build up for just that little joke at the end. So, but yeah, that was it was a great WrestleMania. So we saw a lot of stories ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, agreed. I thought it was a fantastic WrestleMania. Excited about what's going on tonight. Now, let me tell you my long fetch, and this came from Tommy. Papa Johnson was the originator of this theory, at least to my ears. How would you have marked out, because we don't know where this man, if he's signed, if he's still with AEW, if he's a free agent. What if Cody Rhodes, Dean, would have been setting up for the Crossroads right into the hard cam, and then the music hits and it goes, "I'm better than you, and you know it." And MJF would have debuted last night at WrestleMania, and just showed up to distract Cody. Like if he's sitting there ready to lock up the Crossroads, the music hits and the whole fucking entryway goes Burberry.
Or Jacob Fatu.
I thought that was coming for sure when they said he was signed. When I saw earlier in the day that he was signed, I was like, shit, Roman's winning. I was like, he's about to show up and Roman's going to win because nobody's expecting him to show up.
They took him right out of GCW too. I'm sad.
Yep. So, overall, it's a great WrestleMania. You said what, buddy?
Sean says he thinks there's a gimmick behind it. Jeremy, what's up, man? Jill said she literally cried tears of joy after the main event of Night 2 WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It was good.
Shout out to Samantha Irvin, man.
Hey, I said that shit multiple times last night. MVP of the weekend, bro.
For real.
Samantha Irvin is the bomb, dog. She's the best ring announcer we've had I'll dare say ever.
She was crying announcing Cody.
Yeah. I think she's a fan. Like,
oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They show videos of her all the time marking out to when The Rock first came
back. When The Rock came out, she freaked out.
Yeah, I love that, dude. I love that.
Yeah. I love her, Samantha Irvin. She's a badass. If you didn't catch that clip, there was a clip going around from Wale Mania where she got up on the stage and she actually plays the flute. She's really good. She was on, I believe it was America's Got Talent, playing the flute. You can look it up. She fucking killed it. And but yeah, she was at Wale Mania playing Razor Ramon's theme song, and then she sang it.
That's dope.
She played the flute, played the whole fucking instrumental at the beginning, and then sang Razor Ramon's, and it was fire. And then I don't know if you saw this, but another highlight of the weekend, Dylan Postel. Is it Postel? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Hornswoggle rapping Nelly at Wale Mania was a fire video. That was so funny. I laughed so hard. Yeah, it looked like a great time. I do want to shout out our boys. Powerbomb Jutsu was there. Marks with Mikes. They made the trip out to Philly for the weekend. Looked like they had a great time. I saw some pictures they were posting, man. It looked like they had a great time.
Stage at Wale Mania.
Yeah, they were kicking it. So yeah, shout out to them. We're gonna be getting them on here in the next couple of weeks. We've been talking to them. We got to set something up with a time for us. But yeah, it's been a long time coming to get Powerbomb Jutsu on the Piledriver Podcast.
We got one of our favorite tag teams coming on the Piledriver soon too, but we ain't gonna say any more than that. Yeah. That's right. Anything left for anybody else this evening, boys? Let's wrap it up. Let's get out of here.
Well, the only thing that I want to remind everyone, we do have a show coming up on Thursday. AIW presents Big Trouble. That's at the Mercury Lounge. Doors open at 6:30. Bell time's at 7:30. And we actually just mentioned him, but one of the highlights of this show is actually going to be Mr. Hornswoggle himself going up against Chuck Stone.
I love that, by the way.
We also get to see Dom Guarini and Shawn Mason up against each other after that big
Piledriver at Tougher Than Leather.
So, and then while we're on the topic, I want to shout out Dom. He did retain his GCW tag team titles with Violence is Forever over the weekend at a Punjabi prison match. Yep. And he went up against Zilla Fatu and unfortunately not Jacob Fatu, but another very intense opponent there. And it was a match. I can't believe they came out on top though. So shout out Dom, shout out Kevin Koo, Violence is Forever. You guys are killing it. And then actually we just got announced GCW is coming to Temple Live August 15th. Tickets are not available yet. When I hear about them.
Yes, sir. That's what he just said.
I'm not coming to Cleveland. I'm not going to the Columbus one, though. I'll wait for Cleveland.
I'm still going to the Columbus one.
I might go with you, then. I might go with you. I'll wait for the card. I want to go.
We'll figure it out. That's off-pod conversation.
But yeah, other than that, yeah.
And then, I'll pull off events a little bit. Shout out to a couple other people that kicked ass over this weekend in Philadelphia. A couple of the homies, Josh Navarro, Kaplan. They were all out of Joey Janela's spring break. Josh was handpicked by some, I can't remember the wrestler's name that handpicked her, but she was handpicked to compete in a triple threat match. So that, well-deserved. We watched Josh kill it forever. But big shout out to all the Cleveland homies that were doing big things in Philadelphia this weekend.
Yeah.
I heard from a little birdie that Hardway Holloway was possibly one of the sword bearers for Drew McIntyre.
Okay, I do know one for a fact. Dean, do you remember Casanova Valentine, the one that Otis fought in the barroom brawl? He was definitely a sword bearer for Drew McIntyre. He posted it on his Twitter.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, he was definitely a sword bearer, and I was like, oh shit, okay, it's like it's cool. So yeah. But yeah, that's all we got for tonight, guys. I appreciate everybody joining us, hanging out with us. We will be back next week at our normally scheduled time on Sunday, and we will be letting you know about all things coming, OCW, Neo Pro, Mega Championship Wrestling, EFW, RSW, any Northeast Ohio local promotion, we got you covered. Stick with us.
GCW is coming to Cleveland. We're going to have to try to get somebody on, baby.
That's right. So, yeah, that's all we got for tonight. I'm the best in the world. That's Big Vince and Big Dean. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Later.